What if I told you there was a year Queen Elizabeth II wished had never happened? It's a year so disastrous, so humiliating that even the most stoic monarch couldn't hide her pain. Scandal, betrayal, fire, and divorce. 1992 wasn't just a bad year for the British royal family. It was the year the crown cracked. Like and subscribe before we continue the royal untold story. On November 24, 1992, Queen Elizabeth stood before a crowd of dignitaries, her voice calm but her words piercing. 1992 is not a year on which I shall look back with undiluted pleasure. Then came the phrase that echoed through history, Annus Horribilis, the Latin for horrible year. But what exactly made this year so awful for the Queen? The Queen's beloved Windsor Castle, a symbol of the monarchy for nearly 1,000 years, caught fire in November 1992. The fire raged for 15 hours. Over 100 rooms destroyed. Priceless history reduced to ash. It was more than just a building. It was her home, her sanctuary, and now it lay in ruins. But the damage wasn't just physical, it became a political disaster too. The fire sparked a second blaze of public anger. British taxpayers were furious. Why should they pay millions to restore a royal palace while many struggled to pay rent? For the first time in modern history, the Queen was forced to make a shocking move. She agreed to pay taxes on her private income. The monarchy had never looked so vulnerable. But the fire at Windsor wasn't the first disaster of the year. Prince Charles and Princess Diana, once seen as the fairy tale couple, were now at war. Publicly, Diana's explosive tell-all book Diana, her true story, was released earlier in the year. Secret tapes revealed her pain, her eating disorder, her loveless marriage, and Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles. The fairy tale was over, and the Queen could do nothing to stop it. As if Charles and Diana's mess wasn't enough, the Queen's other daughter-in-law, Sarah Ferguson, created her own scandal. Paparazzi caught her sunbathing topless while her toes were being kissed by an American businessman. The British press had a field day. Palace was humiliated. And once again, the Queen was forced to watch her family become a tabloid circus. By the end of 1992, 3 of the Queen's 4 children were separated or divorced. Princess Anne, her only daughter, quietly divorced Mark Phillips. Prince Andrew's marriage was falling apart. Prince Charles and Diana officially announced their separation. For a monarch who believed in duty, stability, and tradition, this was her worst nightmare come to life. The British media wasn't just reporting, it was feasting. Every fight, every affair, every tear, it was printed and sold. The palace's old strategy of never complain, never explain was crumbling. The royal family wasn't sacred anymore. They were soap opera stars. And Queen Elizabeth, who had ruled with quiet strength for 40 years, suddenly looked powerless. 1992 wasn't just the year of fire and scandal. It was the year Queen Elizabeth II began to lose something far more dangerous: public sympathy. The royal family was no longer untouchable. They were messy, flawed, and human. And in the eyes of many, the Queen had lost control of her own household. The Queen didn't abdicate. She didn't falter. She paid taxes, pinned her finances, allowed cameras inside the palace. Slowly, the monarchy adapted and survived. But the scars of 1992 never fully healed. It was the year that tested the institution. exposed its weaknesses, and nearly brought it to its knees. Some say the monarchy became stronger after 1992. Others say it never truly recovered. But one thing is certain, that year changed everything. Now the question remains: should the monarchy still exist in a world where even the royals are no longer above scandal? Let us know in the comments.